Hello everybody and welcome back for some StarCraft 2 action. We're in Homestory Cup 24, Group C. We got SKillous going up against BabyMarine. Not Hero Marine, BabyMarine. The younger brother of Reynor. Some of you might have heard about him. He's going up against SKillous, whom has slowly but surely been carving out a place for himself in the pro scene. I feel like a couple of years ago, SKillous was just one of those Eastern Protosses that, you know, nobody really cared about. It's like a... I'm sorry to name drop it, like a Gerald, for example. Like, all of those Protosses on the ladder. They're just like, yep, there's another one of those. Oh, engineering bay block. Okay. SKillous not going to be too happy to see that. Nice to see that BabyMarine here came out to play. I might call him Hero Marine every now and again, because that's the name I'm used to when I'm looking at a Terran doing some sick plays. See, single gas opener from BabyMarine here. And going for Marine, actually, so still getting a pretty fast factory here, and SKillous will scout the factory instantaneously. So he might still expect a Reaper. He doesn't know if there's one or two gases. So SKillous leaving a little bit of information on the table there, but he did see an engineering bay block, which kind of tells SKillous that BabyMarine has enough minerals to do that. If that makes sense. Like, you need like 125 minerals plus the SCV scouting to invest into that block. So it's a little bit unlikely that BabyMarine would have double gas behind that. And if he does have double gas behind that, he's going all in, which SKillous will find out sooner rather than later. Do see SKillous with double gas now. Second pylon on the low ground, actually, and we do see expansion for BabyMarine here. We see Hellions coming out, actually. I was thinking super fast mine drops. That seems to be very popular right now. I mean, we've seen Clem play versus Protoss. It's just Widow Mines. Just throw Widow Mines at them. Let them play whack-a-mole. That was a good thumbnail now, wasn't it? Adept coming over to scout to Terran base. And it finds two Hellions and a closed wall. Can't get in there. Doesn't quite see that starport, because the Shade doesn't quite have enough vision. If it gets far enough away, we can see it. Look at that. It only has like a little bit of vision. So we see the two Hellions running around. Now we see double mines. So it's only the two Hellions to kind of be like a pseudo Reaper in a way. We see Gateway and Robo being placed at the wall. So just in case that there was a bigger Hellion force, Hellions can't get by now. If these Adepts are in hold position, the Hellions can't get through, and there's no Reaper to use the... what's it called? Like the grenade? Oh my god, this is already 4 mines. He's just... what the hell? That's scary. So 3 mines on the edge? If there was an Oracle coming, that Oracle would have a bad time, but we see Blink is coming out from SKillous here with 3 gates and a Robo coming as well. So SKillous trying to be as solid as possible. Now we do see the mine drop coming out. We actually see a tank as well. This looks a little bit like what Cuckoo did versus Drogo in our last video. And he had some mixed results, especially when the tank count got high, but he didn't move out with them. Then it was suddenly like, well, Drogo also didn't attack you, so what's happening here? Tech lab on the starport, but it's probably going to be for the barracks. The Hellions actually running in. Oh no. Oh no. Where are the Adepts? The Widow Mines do go off. 5 probes do die. Another Widow Mine in the main, and the Hellions are in the main, burning down the probes. Oh my god, 13 probes die. Oh no. 21 probes just died to this one run by with drop. That's like... this guy needs to buy a lottery ticket right now. Or, well, he should have done that in the past when this game was played. And the Adepts were actually across the map. instead of guarding that wall. And for what? For 2 SCVs. Like, I mean, SKillous is still in this game. He has a 3rd base, so he can maybe rebuild his worker count. BabyMarine, of course, sacrificing a little bit of his economy to get these mines out so quickly. Ooh, 3rd siege tank is coming out as well. This poor Marine is stuck behind the siege tank. Now we do see 4 blink stalkers making their way into the base. They might get some one-shots or one-taps on these SCVs. But they also see 1 tank, 2 tank. Oh, that would be a nice snipe. Another tank though. Oh, 1 stalker does go down. And the tank just gets repaired up. Not quite worth the trade, but SKillous has to try and squeeze water out of this stone. Sadly, this stone has big ass siege tank guns aiming down at your face. We do see charge slots coming out, or at least a charge upgrade. We see a Dark Shrine because, you know, this Protoss is feeling a little bit behind. And SKillous just has to chrono boost the probes like mad. I just kind of hope that BabyMarine doesn't push with Stim, or that he can hold the push, delay the push. And he's delaying the push with 3 stalkers, but just barely delaying it. Now we see 2 more stalkers being added on here, trying to one-shot these Marines here. But the death push is coming across. Stim Marines do try and target down one of the stalkers. There's a Dark Templar here to deal with the army, but now BabyMarine knows there is a Dark Shrine. Does he have any scans? I see 1 scan available now, and he does scan in the middle, and this is the moment that SKillous will strike another DT in the natural. And now, oh, another scan was available. But more are going to be warped in, and this turret is done, but there's no turret in the main. And SKillous is ready to repay BabyMarine in kind and slaughter a lot of workers. Now note that this force can't move forward. He can't punish SKillous for being omega greedy. Look at the army supply, 20 versus 60. But BabyMarine can't move out. He just can't. Because he doesn't have enough detection. His 30C isn't done. He didn't save scans for the death push. And now just finishing the Ghost Academy so that he can make some ghosts. Because if you EMP a Dark Templar, it does get revealed. Now a secondary mine drop trying to strike gold a second time around. And suddenly, holy moly, BabyMarine was in such a good position. But the Dark Templar just pulling SKillous back into it. 4 gateways, making sure you can land your Marines behind it. Second mine drop doesn't find any luck. We do see +1 attack coming out from SKillous now. Doesn't feel as behind anymore. Actually probably knows he's ahead. And he sees a big push coming. Look at this, with the boys being pulled. The death push is coming. Let's see if SKillous actually stops +1 to try and hold this attack. More boys are pulled. And the Widow Mine drop is in the main base. Which is interesting, I guess. You were kind of going for an all-in push, so maybe you should have tried to land these mines on top of the army? I don't know. Nuclear battery being forced here can immediately be targeted down. And now all of the zealots are being shredded, whilst this Immortal is stuck in the back. These 3 siege tank anchoring the fight perfectly. 1 Dark Templar gnawing away at it. And wow. Whoa. I'm like, SKillous saw this attack coming. I thought he was going to overwhelm it, but he didn't catch up in the army supply quite as fast. And now he's stuck on 2 base, small ass army, and BabyMarine actually sending back some of his workers. And SKillous, if he can hold this attack, then he has a chance, but I don't see it. This army is anchored perfectly with a siege tank still remaining, bunch of Widow Mines on the attack path. And the only thing that can really stop Baby Marine here is these Dark Templar. If there is no more scan and the energy of the ghost is gone, then I don't see it. There's another ghost here, and now the natural is in peril. The units of SKillous have to retreat. I think SKillous is in disbelief that he pulled this one back so beautifully, and then the might of the Terran army still crushed down on him. Nice Zealot backstab here. Does kill the siege tank, kills a little bit of the reinforcements. And I mean, SKillous is still believing, he's still in this, but the supply does not believe. Only Zealots being warped in, and we see snipes coming out versus Protoss. You don't see that every day. And now the bio is being overwhelmed by this charged Zealot force. But BabyMarine stands tall with 1-1 upgrades. And BabyMarine takes the first game versus SKillous. And what a way to introduce yourself. BabyMarine takes the first game versus SKillous, whom... like, SKillous is no slouch. She's a pretty goddamn good Protoss player, and... I'm sorry, but BabyMarine is kind of an unknown for us so far. And already pulling out the cheeky here on Alcyone, building a proxy racks on the other side of the minerals. Maybe should have mined it out here and then... because I think the travel distance is about the same. But then SKillous can't find it as fast. And then you put it over here so we can't see it from the high ground. I don't know. Double gas coming out from BabyMarine though. And SKillous here. If he loses one more game, he loses this best of 3. And he's one of the hopefuls to get out of Group C in top 2. And with Showtime already taking a beating, he is in such a good position to take number 1. So, like, he can't squander this opportunity. Oh my god. Actually, the SCV gets stuck and delays the Reaper there. Unlucky pathing. And SKillous now. What does he see? He sees nothing that he wants to see. And immediately sends out a probe to check. Dude, this has happened to him before on the ladder. He's like, I've seen this before. Should have mined out this one. Should have mined that one out. But I guess if he sends a probe to check, he can just mine it out himself and go further. But I feel like it's a little bit more covert if you don't mine this out. Now we see one gate Stalker being chrono boosted out, and SKillous knows that this Reaper is coming in, sends out the probes, and nice pullback micro here to defend his probes. Nice little nook here where the Reaper has to go through. Now we see a factory coming out with a reactor for it. Damn. Is he going to make cyclones here? 'Cause now, usually it was like Widowmines or Hellions, right, with the reactor. But now we have the cyclone, which is a funny unit. Another reactor factory. That's 2 factories on the map. What is going to happen here? Is this going to be just 2-fact cyclone? Maybe with an SCV pool. That happened to me on the ladder a couple times. Was not fun. We see... oh, Cyclone Rush coming in. I like this from BabyMarine. He's like, I got the first game and I'm going to take the second one real fast. We see a Robo coming out. 2 more gateways here from SKillous in the front. We see a shield battery as well. But only 2 Stalkers right now. But he should know, right? Like, look at what he sees. He sees a factory, nothing else. He knows that there is a Rax here, or used to be. So he knows something funky is happening. Actually making a Warp Prism, trying to send it across the map. Interesting. He's going for a 3-gate Stalker with a Warp Prism. Another shield battery finishing up. Now, how many Cyclones do we have? We have 4, and 4 more in production. Even making Marines here. I feel like BabyMarine... oh, and he's sending out the SCV force. BabyMarine is readying himself for a one-punch moment. And here are the Cyclones locking on to these Stalkers. Stalkers do get 1 kill on the Cyclone. Even kill the Reaper there. Nice micro by SKillous. But now the Cyclones are ready to target down these buildings. How do they fare against buildings nowadays? Oh my god, that's actually quite a few Stalkers. SKillous getting enough rounds of units out of this 3-gate. And even with all of these SCVs pulled, the Cyclones can't quite kill these Stalkers. My god, the pickup micro from SKillous. And all of a sudden, these Cyclones, only 110 health, or 110 health, can't quite put a dent into this warp gate. Oh my god, and the SKillous just has such a big army now. Look at the supply. BabyMarine has been thwarted here. Wow, masterclass here by SKillous. How to hold off a Cyclone only and just have a Warp Prism, bro. Zerg players be like, ah, we don't have no Warp Prisms. Yeah, versus Zerg, this build's a lot stronger, I feel like. Like, BabyMarine can only just make more Cyclones and just hope that SKillous overextends or mismicros or whatever. Because I've made the joke before, he's playing Yu-Gi-Oh! He playing from the grave, he dead, yo. Like, he's a dead man walking right now. GG, SKillous takes game number 2. Now, don't get confused, they swapped colors for some reason. But SKillous takes the second game versus Hero Marine, or BabyMarine. See, there we go. I love that BabyMarine took such a risk, just trying to sneak a series from, well, arguably the favored player. SKillous should win versus BabyMarine in most scenarios. And after taking the first game, pretty convincingly, but he did need kind of like a casino lottery moment on the Widow Mines. Trying to take the second game with like a cheeky, sharp build like that. Like, if SKillous is not on top of his game there, he just loses. And then, oh, I 2-0'd SKillous. Nice. Instantaneously a very nice position in the group. But now, both players are on match point, and they have to fight to the death. Oh no, they have to just fight for the win in this series. Everything is on the line. At least for the series, I guess. Like, you can still get out of group if you lose the series. But for SKillous, as mentioned before, this is a pretty big opportunity to get a leg up on Showtime, for example. We haven't seen Spirit yet, but he's no slouch either, so you don't want to drop games where you can expect your opposition to just win. Now let's see what BabyMarine is up to. We see 1 gas with a Reaper here, so 3rd game, 3rd build. Shown us some flexibility there. We see SKillous going for the standard Protoss stuff. I don't know, every time I look at a Protoss base, I'm like, yep, this seems about right. The only difference is where they put the second pylon. Or if they make an Adept or a Stalker. That's about it. And then, do they start Gateway Research or do they start a tech building? But before that, it's like, of course, they're going to take 2 gases, they're going to take a Nexus. Now, the Reaper actually following this probe all the way home. Probe doesn't get a nice home in the corner of the map, building some proxy forges and whatnot. A second, or the first Adept just shading out right away, completely ignoring this Reaper. Feels like, no, I don't care. I don't care about your Reaper. I'm not going to follow it around. I'm going to kill your SCVs. I'm going to stop this CC from building. But this CC is pretty far done already. We see factory once again, reactors, so perhaps, again, Widow Mines. You know, the good unit. Mom, he's building the good unit again. Oh, the Marine does get in, and as you can see, he is living safely in that bunker now at 1 HP. We see Starport coming out. We see 1 Hellion coming out this time. We see 2 Adepts here, only sending out 1 Shade, not revealing that he has 2. Oh, he's actually sending them... He doesn't have the Adept Shades synced, so he can keep sending them in. So he can keep continuous vision of this spot. But Baby Marine will not have any of it. And charges down his own natural and kills both of these Adepts. And now, what has SKillous seen? He hasn't seen the factory, but he knows because he saw the Hellion. And so he can assume that, yes, again, it's probably going to be a Widowmine drop, but it could also just be more Hellions and a Liberator. And now, since SKillous doesn't know that, he needs to construct a wall. He needs to make sure that he has some type of defense ready for a drop or a Liberator, something aerial coming out to try and kill his dear probies. Ooh, nice shots here on the Stalkers. Sadly, couldn't snipe the Hellion there. 2 more Stalkers. That's 4 Stalkers already. 5 Stalkers and a War Prism coming out with Blink. SKillous is making a lot of early units and some decent tech here, but I think it's going to pay off dividends here. Ooh, Medevac getting shot down, already losing 30% of its health, though Hellion gets caught there as well. There's another Stalker there. SKillous just making Stalkers right now. He's not making anything else, he's just making Stalkers. No third base, no forge. He just has 4 gateways, a Robo, and a War Prism. And he's just going Blinkustalkeru. Oh my god, actually killed that Widowmine drop up there. We kind of saw the tail end there, and now SKillous is actually on the offense. Sometimes offense is indeed the best defense. We see double bunker at the front here from him or from Baby Marine. He knows it's coming. Goddamn, why choose such a confusing name? Baby Marine. He does have a Raven here. Doesn't want to die to Dark Templar again, but oh my god, here come all of these Stalkers. That's like 12 Stalkers right there. Kill the first Siege Tank right away. Blink on top of the second one. And what a sucker punch build here by SKillous. Baby Marine not ready for the Blink, for the Blunk on top of his Siege Tanks. And the Siege SimCity didn't quite help. The Marines running in, all of the SCVs being pulled. 19 SCVs die. SCVs from the natural coming out to try and help as well. But all the Marines die. The SCVs are dead. And Baby Marine, after a pretty glorious game 1, gets outclassed by SKillous. And SKillous takes the series to the 1. Wow. I don't know what happened in game 1, but SKillous tightened it up real fast in game 2 and game number 3. It was like, okay, you're going to be like that? I'm going to make some Stalkers, I'm going to make some Blink, I'm going to get a War Prison, I'm just going to attack you. And Stalkers are good units. They're so versatile. And he just, I don't know, like he found that one medevac flying across the map here on Heartlead. Like, this Stalker, this one Stalker out here finding that medevac, mwah, chef's kiss. Immediately wards off that entire mine drop, and the Reaper and the Hellion just couldn't come in. Like, SKillous playing the map perfectly without showing all of his Stalkers, by the way. And even though Baby Marine thought something was coming, he still got kinda got. You know, his pants was definitely on his ankles. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this cast. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.